Hi, welcome to Credit 101, a webinar to learn about credit and how it pertains to home buying. Hello, I'm Jody Tucker, Realtor with Messina and Associates Real Estate in Duluth, Minnesota. Definition of credit. Credit is the ability to borrow or access goods or services with the understanding that you'll pay it back later. Lenders, merchants, and service providers, known collectively as creditors, grant credit based on their confidence that you can be trusted to pay back what you borrowed, along with any finance charges that may apply. To the extent that creditors consider you worthy of their trust, you are said to be credit worthy or to have good credit. There are three types of credit: revolving credit, installment credit, and open credit or service credit. So let's talk a little bit more about each of these. With revolving credit, you are given a maximum credit limit, and you can make charges up to that limit. Each month, you carry a balance or revolve the debt and make a payment. Most credit cards are a form of revolving credit. The installment credit is a loan for a specific sum of money that you agree to repay plus interest and fees in a series of equal monthly payments called installments over a set of a period of time. Student loans, car loans, mortgages are all examples of installment credit. Open credit or service credit, a utilities account involving gas, electric, water, are all good examples of open credit. That amount you owe each month will vary, depending on how much of the commodity you actually use, and the entire balance is expected to be paid. Your credit history. A credit history is summarized in files known as credit reports, and these credit reports are compiled by three independent credit bureaus. They are Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Banks, credit unions, credit card issuers, and creditors voluntarily report your borrowing and repayment information to the credit bureaus. The credit report will include your identifying information, such as your name, address, and phone numbers, public records, such as bankruptcy, monetary judgments, tax liens, and child support, and lastly, credit information and inquiries, which include creditors and collections. Credit scores range from 350 to 850. In real estate, there are lenders that will borrow to individuals with a score of 580. The FICO score focuses on the last 12 to 24 months of payment history. It is possible to rebuild your credit if it's necessary. Scores are calculated by the following percentages. 35% of your FICO score is built upon payment history. A history of making consistent on-time payments makes up the largest percentage of your FICO score. 30% is based on the amounts that you owe. This category isn't just concerned about how much you owe, it focuses on how much you owe as a percentage of your available credit. 15% is calculated on the length of credit, how many years you've had credit. 10% is the credit mix, which means your credit mix is where it's utilizing all three types of credit, and that is where it really pays off. And 10% is on new credit. For instance, lenders like to see how much new credit you're taking on, as too much too soon could be an indicator that you're not doing well financially. This is your credit score calculation. Hard versus soft credit inquiries. An inquiry is an attempt to acquire credit. A hard inquiry occurs when a lender with whom you have applied credit reviews your credit report as part of the decision-making process. This type of inquiry appears on your credit report and can influence your credit scores. Too many hard inquiries in a short period of time can be concerning to lenders. Opening various new accounts may mean that you're having trouble paying bills or are at risk of overspending. As a result, hard inquiries have a temporary negative effect on your credit scores. Soft inquiries occur in cases where you check your own credit, or when a lender or a credit card company checks your credit to pre-approve you for an offer. These soft inquiries do not impact your credit score. Credit and real estate. There are 3 credit bureaus. As previously mentioned, they are Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Your lender will pull a tri-merge credit report that will merge all 3 together and use the middle score. This is your FICO score. So what is a Vantage versus a FICO score? So if you've ever signed up for credit watching software, they use the Vantage score, and lenders use the FICO score. The general rule of thumb is to target a credit score of 620 when you are shopping for real estate. On this chart, you can see the percentage of people's credit scores. A good credit score ranges between 670 and 739. A fair score ranges from 580 to 669. If you are pursuing the home buying process, the first step is to become pre-approved by talking with a local lender. After pre-approval, talk to a real estate agent, such as myself, Jody Tucker, and you can reach me at jodytuckerrealtor@gmail.com or online at jodytuckerrealtor.com. Rebuilding credit. If your score is less than 600, order a credit report from each credit bureau. You have the right to get a free credit report annually. If you find errors or discrepancies, you can write dispute letters to the credit bureaus. In these dispute letters, make sure you also include a photo ID, a copy of your Social Security card, proof of address, and proof of supporting documents to your dispute. Order your annual credit report at annualcreditreport.com. As you continue to rebuild your credit, you can establish good credit by opening a credit card from a reputable company and pay it off each month. Paying off your existing debts and getting a receipt and a satisfaction letter to submit to the credit bureaus to update your credit file is also very good. Now let's just review. Be smart about your credit. Pay down your debts promptly. Only borrow what you can repay. Never give your credit card over the phone unless you know who it is. Report lost or stolen cards promptly. Review your credit reports promptly. Keep credit balances under 50% of the credit limit, some even like 25%. And have a mixture of different types of credit. And lastly, limit the amount of inquiries that you do have on your credit. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you learned a lot about credit and that it will help propel you into the home buying process and in finding your dream home. Again, thank you for joining me. I am Jody Tucker, Realtor with Messina and Associates, Real Estate in Duluth, Minnesota. You can find me on Instagram at JodyTucker_Realtor and on Facebook at Jody Tucker Realtor. You can email me at Jody, Jody, tuckerrealtor@gmail.com. Check out my website at jodytucker.mzr.com and also at jodyandtucker.com. Thank you.